Assalamualaikum class. So hope so you all are fine. Today we are going to start the next topic CC2, that is separating a solid from a liquid. This technique we can use for both to separate out the solid that is soluble, fine, or it might be insoluble. Means we are going to separate out the solid. That solid could be soluble or insoluble, fine. Okay, so the first step process that we will use is called as filtration. Filtration is used to separate the insoluble solid particles from a liquid. As I gave you the example on that intro day, let's suppose what the solid we can take that will be insoluble. Fine, insoluble solid. The example could be sand, clay, and many other particles. So that can be separated through this filtration process. So I'll tell you, like, we will use a filter paper, we will fold it, fine, 3 and 1 folding. We will pour that solution, like the sand, clay, any other, like let's suppose we made the solution, the mixture contains sand, clay, dust particles and other insoluble solid particles. So we will mix it with the water, fine. After mixing, we will pour it on the filter paper. So water will, like, this will be the pure water we will collect in the beaker, and the residues, that insoluble substances will left over the filter paper, and the thing which left over the filter paper called as residue, and the thing which passed down the filter paper called as filtrate. Is it clear? Next process is that we are using for separating a solid from a liquid, that is evaporation to the dryness, fine. Seawater contains dissolved salts, as we know, like the NaCl salt, the many other salts, calcium, magnesium. There are a lot of other salts which are soluble in water. To get those salts from the seawater, we will evaporate the water till to the dryness. Mean, let's suppose we mix the salt that is soluble, we mix it in the water, fine, and we will basically stay it by sun drying or by any other heating process. That is, like, this process we can use in the laboratories, at home level. Like, this is a very simple method. We can use the heating method, or the other one could be the sun drying. Means by sun drying, and by this method the evaporation to the dryness could be happen. What will happen? Let's suppose this water, the salt solution, it's a salt solution, means water also contains the salt particles that are soluble, not insoluble like sand. These salts are soluble. So what will happen? We will heat it till to the point where all the water will evaporate, fine, where all the water will evaporate from the evaporating dish. And then what will happen? Only the salts will stay at the bottom of the dish. Or if we are this process is occurring at under the sunlight, under the sun heat, those soluble salts will stay on the floor, on this land, and water will evaporate. The next topic is crystallization. Now, this process is somehow different from the evaporation to the dryness. In evaporation to the dryness, the process was totally the evaporation. All the water will evaporate, and till the point dryness, totally we will get the salt, dry salt. But in this, we will make the solution that will be saturated solution, fine. So here we will make which solution? Saturated solution. Okay, come to the definition. It is used to obtain a pure solid from its solution. Pure solid means it could be the salts from its solution. Many substances decomposes, mean decompose, break down to form the simpler substances when we heat it strongly. Again, in this process we will heat the solution, and during heating but here the heating will not be till to the dryness point. Here the heating will be till where the solution becomes saturated. Let me give you the example. We are mixing like the sugar or any other salt in water, and we are making a very saturated syrup, sugar syrup, which we are using for the cooking purposes. So basically in the start there will be other solution that will not be much saturated. Saturated means concentrated, fine, where the honey like, somehow honey like thickness will be. So that solution will be called as a saturated solution, where the solid concentration will increase. Okay, so here we can take the example, sugar decompose hoti hai, and then after decomposition it gives out water and carbon. In the same way, copper sulfate is a salt, it's a crystals, give off water, water will evaporate to become powder when heated. For such substances, mean for where we are using this crystallization process, so for that evaporation to dryness is not fit method, it will be unfit for such type of substances. This process, evaporation to dryness, will be unfit. So which one will be fit? Crystallization. Now what will be the process? In crystallization, water is removed by heating the solution. Heating is stopped where, at which point? At the stage when a hot saturated solution is formed. If the resulting solution is allowed to cool down at room temperature, dissolved solids will form as a pure crystal. First one process, impure copper sulfate dissolve in water. Fine, dissolve the impure copper sulfate crystals. After dissolving, you will just pour it from the filter paper just to separate out the insoluble, because this method we are using to get the soluble salts. So here, just like if there are any impurity, so it will stay over the solid filter paper, and all the soluble salts and the water will pass. So filter will just remove the insoluble impurities. The next step will, what will be next step? We will heat until it becomes saturated. This is the heating process. Fine. Then what will happen? A very saturated solution we will get. We will cool down this solution, and after the cool down we will get the crystals. Then these crystals will be collect on the filter paper. We will wash these crystals, and after washing, cool down, and cooling, after cooling we will make it dry in the foldings of the filter paper. Fine, like we can use the simplest one, paper, or in the paper we can make the different things, like the oily things, other things, we make them dry. In the same way we will make over here those crystals dry. This process, this crystallization process, is very, very important. In the same way, preparation to the dryness and crystallization, the whole process is very important. But the thing you have to keep in mind, these steps that will be help out you in the further other topics. That was all about today's lecture.